That was a really warm, it's a warm welcome. Did my mom put you all up to that? No. Thanks, Mom. And thank you all for coming out tonight to support Getting Out and Staying Out. You know, one of the things I love most about the GOSO galas is getting to preach to the choir, because there are so many familiar faces, people who have been involved and been supporting us for so long now. Thanks for coming back. But another thing I love, is seeing all the new faces, though. To those of you who are new to GOSO, welcome to the family. We look forward to getting to know you better and finding some good ways for us to work together and do some good. So tonight, just like every night and every day at GOSO, is all about the young men we serve, the guys as we affectionately call them. So the guys in the room, I'd like you to stand up for just a second. Stay standing, please. We are not done yet. I'd like you to take a look around. This room is filled with hundreds of incredibly successful and truly amazing people. And make no mistake about it, the only reason they're here is to celebrate your accomplishments and to support your continued success. Listen, I know you guys have worked so hard, overcoming obstacles that most of us here could barely even begin to imagine. You're giving it your all, you're accepting support, and you've changed the direction of your lives. And for that, all of us want you to know that you are some of the most successful and amazing people in here tonight. Great. Soak it in. You guys can take a seat whenever you'd like. Sit down, you go for it. Enjoy your salad. So the theme of this evening is reshaping futures. So I'd like to spend just a few moments talking about what that actually really means for some people and what it takes to do it. So I'd like you all to imagine something. I know you don't have to close your eyes or anything like that, but I would like you to stay with me on this for the next couple of minutes. Imagine you're 16 years old. You, your brother and sister, are being raised by a good, hard-working mother who can't seem to work hard enough to make ends meet. You all love each other, but you find yourselves tense and frustrated because there isn't enough food, clothes, or entertainment to share. And you look around your neighborhood, most of the men you know, they've been locked up, are underemployed, and have to check in with a probation officer before doing anything they want to do. You have more friends and family who have been involved in gun violence than you have friends and family who've graduated from college. And you barely see anybody on TV who looks and lives like you unless they're committing a crime, in prison, or just acting stupid. And at school, there aren't enough textbooks for the classroom or enough quality teachers to engage you. And besides, it's hard to pay attention when you're hungry and frustrated. So you act up some, and your ill-equipped school puts you into special education classes instead of providing you with counseling or giving you a mentor. And back at home, your mom's flipping between being angry with you and being upset with herself because she can't provide. And you want more, and you know it's out there. You know that some people, somewhere, are happy and proud of their jobs. They drive nice cars. They go home to a big, clean apartment that's warm in the winters and cool in the summers. And you want that for yourself and for your family. You deserve it. So you want to help. You want to take action. You think to yourself, how do I do it? Do I study really, really hard for this week's social studies quiz? Is that going to put food on the table? Or do you go down the block to where your mom told you never to go and see how those kids made their money? Well, I'll tell you, in that moment, maybe Harvard's feeling a little far away for you. So you go down the block and you start doing what the other kids are doing. And it's going good for a while, making some good money, helping with the bills, getting some good food, new clothes. But then you get arrested, shuffled through the court system, and locked up for a little bit. Degraded and beaten down all along the way. And while inside, you hate it. Constantly on edge, angrier, and less trusting of people, especially of authority, than you've ever been. You barely feel like a human, let alone a teenager. But when you get back out, the kids in the block, they're welcoming, because they've been there. They know what it's like. So you get back at it, and this time you're not trying to get caught. But again, eventually you do, and this time your mom kicks you out of the house. So you find yourself thinking, again, what do I do now? You're so tired of running. You just want to make things right. So maybe you look for a straight job. But you don't even have an address to put on a resume. Don't have a high school diploma. Don't have any good clothes to wear to an interview. Have no idea what to say during it. And even if you somehow nail it, who's going to hire someone with a record? So you feel stuck and hopeless and angry because you know you're a good person and you've got so much to offer. And you feel like you've just never had a chance and that one isn't coming your way anytime soon. Unless you go back to the block where everybody knows your name, there's money to be made, and you can try even harder not to get caught. And my point here is that for too many young men in our city, the future is already written, and it is not good. It's not right, and it has to change. But I know it can happen. The GOSO staff knows it can happen. Any one of you who have volunteered knows it can happen. But don't take our word for it. Just talk to Eric, a GOSO guy who just yesterday finished a 4-month course on cybersecurity and is about to begin an internship for this summer. Ask him how his future's looking. Or talk to Kevin, who began GOSO's Pathways to Graduation program in February and has made such great progress so quickly that he's already scheduled his high school equivalency exam for next month. Ask him how his future's looking. Or talk to Rayshawn, who's in a pre-apprenticeship program at the local 79 union, where he's completing his job safety training and specialized construction skills training. In just a few weeks, he'll be a dues-paying member of the local 79 union. Ask him how his future's looking. Johannes, Martin, King, where are you guys? Raise your hands. Great. You guys enjoying college so far? Treating you well? How your future's looking? That's right. Congratulations, guys. And look, this isn't me just cherry-picking examples. Success is the norm at GOSO. Over 85% of our clients don't return to jail. 85%. And in our Pathways to Graduation program, after just 1 year, our clients' reading levels are increasing 3 to 4 grade levels. And in just the past 4 years alone, GOSO has placed over 350 guys in paid internships across 70 businesses in our city, often subsidizing the compensation as an incentive to employers. And you know what? 75% of these placements have resulted in unsubsidized full-time jobs. So, how do we do this? Through holistic programming focused on the 3 E's: emotional well-being, education, and employment. And when you deliver this through the hardest working, most caring, most committed, most professional, badass staff in New York City, that is how you reshape futures. Now, I'd like to just ask 3 things of each of you here tonight. First, raise awareness. Spread the word about GOSO. Tell people about our cause and about how well our guys are doing. It's simple. Just start by following us on social media and inviting your friends to do the same. Second, engage. Come come visit the office. Spend an hour or two talking with our guys. Volunteer as a practice interviewer or become a mentor. And third, invest. Make a personally meaningful contribution tonight in our mission and in our guys. If you continue to support us, we'll continue reshaping futures. And now, it's truly my honor to introduce to you the man who started this all, Getting Out and Staying Out's co-founder and president, Mark Goldsmith.
Good evening. If you've been to a GoSo event in the past, welcome back. And if you haven't, let me welcome you to the GoSo family. Sitting with you all tonight is a group of people who decided that you really want to be part of a family that cares about young men 16 to 24 years of age who have been dealt, as they said, a very bad deck of cards. Caught up in the criminal justice system at a very young age, they have never had the options or the support that most of us in this room have had. Trust me, they are not looking for the proverbial handout. What all they want to be doing is giving a chance of success. And that's what GoSo is all about. That's why you're all here tonight. Virtually all the funds raised will go into the programming that has been created and executed by the GoSo staff. Now, I'd like to, with that thought in mind, I want to reiterate this one thing. People wonder, how do you spend money? Why do you spend your money? People use a terminology, value added. Every penny that we spend undertakes a rigid test. Does it help the GoSo guys? Does it improve their life? More education, more skills. So we really are shaping the futures of these young men. And I know you asked you guys to stand up before, but I'm insisting you stand up one more time. Let me just see where you guys are. Come on. Let me hear it. Yes. All right. You guys are looking really sharp, let me tell you. All right. Now, let's go through the family. I want to talk about the family. We don't have one, we have two educational teams. The New York City Department of Education staff works with our guys in our own facility, the high school equivalency program, where there are more certificates this year than ever before. But it didn't start here, it started on Rikers Island. That's how I got to think about GoSo. So sitting with them tonight are the people from the Department of Education who schlep out to Rikers every day and doing an incredible job. They're sitting here tonight, and they're sitting with a very famous person. This is the woman who said to the pencil organization, send that guy Goldsmith back to Rikers, and that's Miss Gloria Ortiz. Where are you guys? All right. The staff. Reg had his own way of describing you all, but I must tell you, my life has been made so much easier since we put together the staff that we have now. They work tirelessly with the guys to achieve the results that you've seen tonight. And I don't know where you guys are, but would you mind standing and let this crowd hear it for the staff of GoSo? All right. Yes. Yes. Now, all right. One thing about getting out and staying out is we are open to suggestions. This one came from the Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice. They wanted us to create a team in East Harlem that would go into the housing developments to reduce violence. Get in there, talk to the youth about being less violent, not picking up guns, not moving from becoming a crew member to a gang member, but rather taking education more seriously and recognizing if they did not change their behavior, they would end up in Rikers Island with many of their neighbors. This group is outstanding. They are called Save East Harlem, and listen to the milestone, and I'm going to have them stand and be recognized. They celebrated a milestone recently. The milestone is, in over 380 days, there has not been a single shooting in East Harlem, thanks to these people. Where are you guys? There they are over there. It's the Save East Harlem team. Yes, sir. Beautiful. Every organization needs a board of directors, and we're very fortunate to have a new leader in Reg, who you met. We also have a great team. They're seriously involved, volunteering, mentoring, and coaching, in addition to helping me with 3-year planning. Where is the GOSO Board of Directors? You mind standing up? I know you're a little embarrassed, but just, where are you all? All right? All right. Stand up, Mr. Kay. All right. I mentioned about the Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice. So I think they're somewhere in the room. Jessica, Kana, and Eric, where are you three? You're somewhere? Thank you. Thank you for coming. All right. You're beginning to get the sense of family. I want to talk to you about initiative, and John Berman referred to it before. Last year, I spoke to you about a very serious problem in Washington. The fact that the Attorney General was talking about setting back the clock 20 years by reinstituting mandatory drug sentencing. Things like the Rockefeller drug laws. That's how we got to 2,200,000 incarcerated versus 200,000 at a cost of $80 billion. We're 5% of the world's population. We incarcerate 25% of the people in this world. In the fall of last year, and then again last month, I was invited to Washington to meet with the President and the Attorney General to discuss criminal justice reform. It was a very interesting meeting. Everybody at the table was very impressed by the fact that we have a 15% recidivism rate, that our cost is under $6,000 a year versus hundreds of thousands of dollars to incarcerate somebody for a year. Here's the most important part, and John, you hit the nail on the head. You happen to be 100% right. Rare. Not rare. Sitting around this table were Republicans and Democrats, conservatives and liberals, all talking about criminal justice reform. I remain in contact with this group, putting as much pressure on the Attorney General to listen to parties on both sides. I don't know if you guys know the name Senator Grassley from Iowa. You couldn't get any more right-wing than Grassley is. Totally supportive of our efforts. The Koch brothers, totally supportive of our efforts. So what I'm thinking is that, simply said, we believe that programs like getting out and staying out are a much better use of this country's money than investing in prisons. One of the things that Reg talked about was the 3 E's: employment, education, and emotional well-being. There is another side to the GOSO guys that we have not spoken about. There are other programs in GOSO where the guys have an opportunity to express themselves. And had you been in Harlem at the Apollo Theater this past Tuesday night, this is what you would have seen.